Hey all, I'm sure you've watched the videos in the Unit 5 video lecture, but I also want you to just see this video, short video. It's a pretty quick and dirty of creating an application without a template, creating an object, and creating a driver class. Now the driver class or app class or demo or main, whatever you want to call it, is where the action is happening. That is where an object is going to be created, which is instantiated from the class definition file. So first of all, let's create that file. So there's two files I'm going to create, the app file and then the class file. Now, technically, two classes, they can be created in the same file, but I would prefer that you do it separately. Okay, so here's how we do this. I'm going to go to Create New Project, click Next. I'm going to not click Create Project from Template like we have been doing. I'm going to click Next. All right, and this is where I need to define where I want this to live. So I do want it in my Class 5 folder. So every time you see a slash, that is a folder. We used to call them directories. Now they're called folders. But so if I looked on my computer, you would see that I have this hierarchy where I've got documents, CSCI 2467, class 5, and now within that is going to be this new project that I'm going to create. Now I think I already have an animal 1, 2, 3, and 4, so I'm going to call this animal, actually I don't have a 4, I'm going to call it animal 4 and finish. Doesn't exist. Do you want it to be created? Yes, I do. Okay, so that's the first step. Now, we need to make sure that we define our namespace, essentially edu.cscc that we've been doing. So I'm going to go here. I click the down arrow here. I'm going to right click on src folder. I'm going to say new package. So we have to have that package, which is edu.cscc. I'll say OK. All right, so now that I've got that package, I can have many things that live in there, many files. So I'm going to right click on it, that package actually, not src again, and say new Java class. As I said, I want an app class. You can call it demo, app, main, whatever helps keep you in your head right. But I'm going to call mine app. I'm going to click OK. And in this app class, remember this is like my main class. So I need to have, it's going to be my driver. So we always need in that driver a public static void main. Now if you're not familiar with these shortcuts yet, this is pretty cool. PSVM, public static void main tab. And it creates that for us without us having to type. So let's test this to make sure it works. So I'm going to type in SOUT tab, another shortcut, and I'll just say something like hello Unit 5. Okay, now if I tried to run this, it wouldn't run, and there's no way to try to run it because I haven't added my configuration yet. This is critical. You need to add your configuration to the driver application to make sure it works. So I'm going to click Add Configuration. I'm going to click the plus, choose Application. Okay, so my main class is edu.cscc.app. I'll just hit Tab, it'll fill it out. So I need that under main class and I need that under name. Click OK. Okay, now I've got a run button. Let's go ahead and test it. Okay, and you can see it ran. Okay, we're in business now. Great. So now I need another file. I need my class definition file. Now this is I'm just going to call it animal class, because what I'm doing is defining some basic animals, and then I'm going to just go ahead and run it. So here I'm going to go right click, go into source, and right click on my edu.cscc, and I'm going to create a new Java class. Okay, and in that case I'm going to call my class simply animal. Click OK. Okay, so I've got two classes that exist in the same namespace. They are related to each other, and as long as they're in the same place, the animal will see the app and vice versa. Okay, so what I want to do here is define what an animal is. All right, so what are some aspects of an animal? Okay, so if we're talking about our pets, right, we have a kind of an animal. We have a cat or a dog, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and type in string kind to create a kind variable, a string name, okay, because we usually call our animals by name, and another common characteristic is they have an age. Okay, so whether it's a dog or a cat or a goldfish or whatever, it's got an age. Okay, so that is, I'm creating this blueprint of what an animal is. All right, and that is there. Now I need a constructor to construct this animal. Okay, so as we saw in the video lecture for Unit 5, when we do a class definition, we need a constructor. So let's say public animal, okay, and I want this to consist of those variables that I just created. And so I'm going to say string kind, string name, and int age. All right, so now I need a open curly brace. Okay, now this is all within the public class, right? This constructor, I'm still within the animal class. I haven't ended this class. The end of this class is right here. So now I'm going to go ahead and say this dot kind equals kind. This dot name equals name. And this dot age equals age. Okay, so the constructor, what it's doing is it's constructing the object. So the object is the this part, which is coming from the class. So, or which is coming from, the variable that we've created. So kind goes into this dot kind, and it's creating the object. This is my constructor. Okay, now that's all there is to this animal class. We'll just save it. Okay, and now we have to write the app class. We're obviously not going to have this. So what are we going to have? Well, we need to instantiate an object. So we can instantiate as many animal objects as we want. So in this case, I'm going to just do 2. So when we instantiate, we have to say the type, okay? It's an animal. And what's my object name going to be? I'll say animal1. All right, is equal to a new animal. All right, and then I need to define it. Okay, what is this? What are my definition possibilities? Well, my definition possibilities are I can give it a kind, I can give it a name, I can give it an age. So I'm going to go over here, and for this, I'm going to say it's a cat. It's a cat. Now notice IntelliJ is putting this kind in for me. Do not type that. Okay, it's putting it in because that's the position that that's in. So I just needed to type in cat. Now I'm going to hit a comma and I'm going to type in, okay, and it automatically put in name because it knows that's the next possible variable. We'll say Fluffy. All right, and then a comma, and the last thing is age. Well, this is a pretty old cat, so we're going to say 15. Okay. Okay, I paused the video. The service I'm using right now only allows me a 15-minute video, so I'm kind of rushing a little bit on this, so I paused it. I created this animal 1 that you can see here and supplied it with cat, Fluffy, and notice that 15 is not in quotations. These other two were because they're strings, right? And I've got, for my animal type here, I might as well stay here. My kind is dog, the name is Rex, and the age is 4. Now, this is instantiating the object. I am creating animal 1 object, animal 2 object. Those objects now exist. And they came from the definition in the animal class. So I had animal, I have string kind, string name, int age. So this relates to this. So these 3 parameters. Okay, so now I want to print those details for each object. So I'm saying system.out.println, the details for animal 1 are, now, what's the /n going to do? It's going to put it on a new line. So this is going to be on one line. This is going to be on another line. And what's that line going to consist of? It's going to be the /n doesn't print. Remember, those are escape characters that allow me, in this case, a new line. And so I've got kind, colon, space, end quotation. Okay, so this is a concatenated string. Animal kind. All right, so animal 1 kind rather. So what's going to print here? Animal 1 kind, which is, this is animal 1, this is kind, and it's a cat, right? So then I've got plus, then I've got /name. All right. And so /n name rather, so that's going to be on a new line. And then I've got age, that's going to be on a new line. Hey, guess what? I want to do the same exact thing for animal 2. So we're going to copy it, going to paste it, change the details. Animal 2 are animal 2, gotta make sure I change that. Animal 2 here, and animal 2. And add a semicolon to finish it. Okay, so now that my application's complete, I can go ahead and run this. Okay, so I've got the details for both of my animals that are printing down here. Details for animal 1, cat, Fluffy, age 15. Animal 2, dog, Rex, 4. Okay, that about does it for this short video. I want to re-emphasize, okay, that you're going to need to create 2 classes, and you need to do it the way I explained earlier, by first creating a package, edu.cscc, in the source, right? And then in the edu.cscc, you need to add Java class for each one of these 2 things. Or in your case, for homework 5, you're going to create one for holding tank and one for app. Okay, so we're going to define what holding tank is, and the app is going to fill or drain it. So any other questions, let me know, and have a good day.